Hello everybody. On this video I will show you the different ways that you can validate your form. There are essentially two ways that you can do it. You can do inline validation, that is when you do your validation just when the user is typing all the information, or when you just click the button. So you leave the user to fill all the information, and when all the information is there, they click on the button and then you can validate if this information is correct or not. I will show you three examples, two of them with like normal validation and the last one with inline validation. And we will try to do in our sessions is to do both validations, because I think that doing both you are giving more options to the user. Doing inline validation is really good because you save time for the user. So if there is something wrong, they don't have to wait until they have finished all the information, they have typed all the information to know that this information, so for instance on the email address, it's wrong. So you can tell them before and then they can like correct all this information and they can save time. So that's the idea of this video, show you these two different kinds of validations, and then this is what we are going to try to do in class. Okay? All right. Okay, so in this example I will show you the difference between inline validation and not inline validation. So what do I mean by that? So now imagine that I'm in this form in Hotmail. So what I want to do is that I want to sign. So I go to the first box, and then what I will do is that I will put an email address. As you can see, this is not a valid email address because I don't have the @ I don't have the .com or .ac.uk thing. So there is something missing. So I know that this is not a valid email address. But when I click on the other box, it doesn't say anything. It doesn't check anything. So what is waiting is for the user to fill all the boxes, to fill all the information, and then when you click on sign in, it will do the validation. And then it's telling me that this is not a valid email address, so that there is something like this, so it's not following this format. So this is the difference between inline validation and not inline validation. So if I'm doing my validation once I click the button, or if I'm doing the validation before I click the button, so when the user has finished to type all the information there and is going to another field. So this is the first example. Okay, this is my second example. This is the Amazon sign-in form. So you will see that it's asking me for my name, my email address, a password, and then I can create my account. So now what I will do is that I will try to do more or less the same thing that I did before. So try to put something on the email that is not actually a valid email. And then I try to click here on name, and it doesn't show me anything. It doesn't say that there is an error message. It doesn't say that there is not a valid email. And then it's waiting for me to click on the button. And now, yes, it's telling me that your email address is not valid. So it's an invalid email address. So why is waiting for me to click on the button instead of showing me the information once I have put the information in? And then I don't have, I'm not wasting time and I can correct the information at the same time that I'm typing in the information. So that's my second example. Hello, so this is my third example. This is another form, and as you can see, this is the sign-in page for Skype. So as you can see, there is a form. It's asking me for my name, my last name, and my email address. So I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to the email address, and I'm going to type an email address. Then I'm going to the other one. Can you see that it's checking something? So it's checking. I don't have the error message, but if I put another thing here, and then I go away, so I click on another box. Can you see now that I've got some messages here? So first, it's telling me that this is not a valid email address. So good, I don't have to like click on the button. So the page is actually validating this thing before me clicking the button. Then it's telling me that I have to repeat the email because it's not the same, okay? And it's actually telling me the same thing here. So I've got this on in form validation that is done everything with JavaScript, but it's done before I click the button and before I send the information. And this is the example, this is what we are going to try to do in the course. We are going to try to do both forms of validation, and because it's giving more information to the user and it's giving more tools to the user, and the user can rectify and can put the right information quicker instead of waiting for the whole form to be filled and click the button.